Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nuggets News. In this video, I want to clearly explain the latest developments in the Segwit2x hard fork situation, as I know there's still a lot of confusion around what's going on, and there's been lots of hard forks in the news lately. So hopefully by the end of this presentation, you're going to clearly understand how this is all going to unfold. So we've already seen one hard fork take place, and that resulted in Bitcoin Cash. I made a video this week about another coin called Bitcoin Gold that's hard forking to create their own coin. But these are completely different coins and concepts to the Bitcoin Segwit2x hard fork of the main chain, which we're going to discuss in this presentation, which may or may not result in two more Bitcoins. And today we saw on Bitfinex, their Twitter, they announced that they're going to introduce these chain split tokens, and these can be very useful, and it's not the first time they've done this. So they've done this in the past with Bitcoin Cash hard fork, and what it does is allow users and investors to speculate on the price or the percentage of the market cap that either coin may capture if the hard fork is to take place. So I'll get into exactly how these tools can be used as we move through the presentation, but basically it's a price discovery mechanism to allow people to start to price in the chance of this happening and the price of either coin if it does occur. Now, just as we move through this presentation, it is important to keep in the back of our mind that over 90% of miners are still signaling that their intention to participate in the Segwit2x hard fork. But as we head over to Bitfinex shortly, you're going to see that that percentage is very different to what the market is currently pricing the percentage of the Segwit2x support, I guess. And I'm trying to keep this video as politically neutral as possible, as you guys know that I just want whatever's best for Bitcoin in the long run, but both sides take very strong stances in this debate, and there's a lot of emotion in this space and misinformation and being spread, as well as both sides pushing their agenda as they believe that they're doing the right thing for Bitcoin in the long run. So over to Bitfinex now. We now have two new tokens on their site available for trading, BT1 and BT2. So just heading over to the terms and conditions of these tokens and how they can be traded, we're going to show you the definitions here. So BT1 basically represents the current Bitcoin blockchain. Now, if you believe that there's going to be no hard fork, you believe there's only going to be one Bitcoin and it's going to be the same protocol as there currently is, then you'd be buying up these BT1 tokens because you can currently buy them for $2,600 and Bitcoin itself has a value of $4,400. So if you believe that that's going to be the one true Bitcoin, you can buy those up now, and you obviously believe that that's a good rate, being able to buy it for that price, something that's currently trading for this price. Now, conversely, if you're a supporter of this Segwit2x hard fork and you believe that this is going to hard fork, upgrade the network, everyone's going to upgrade, Segwit2x Bitcoin is going to be the one true Bitcoin, then you would be buying up the BT2 token because that's currently priced at around $1,800. Obviously, if you believe that's going to be the one true Bitcoin and that's trading at $4,400, you think that that's a good buy. Now, at the moment, the market's obviously trying to do that price discovery I spoke of, and they're trying to price in the percentage that either coin market cap will capture, and the market's currently pricing in that, yeah, there's going to be a split. At the moment, the main chain, the markets are betting that, 64%, and BT2, the Segwit2x part, markets are currently betting at around 40%. So, you can say that, hey, that doesn't add up to 100%, but just like we saw with Bitcoin Cash, after the hard fork, the price actually increased because the believers in either coin can flood into that, and that's where that free money comes from. So the market cap of both coins actually increases once they split because the believers of those coins flow into either coin, increasing it slightly in value, and that's why the percentage of both can actually add up to higher than 100%. So I hope that makes sense. So here's a little bit from Bitfinex, the motivation behind this. So all these cryptocurrencies are open source projects, so we can head over to the Bitcoin core developers GitHub that have always been behind Bitcoin, or we can head over to BTC1 developers GitHub, which are now behind the Segwit2x movement. And obviously they both have their beliefs, as I touched on. They both believe that what they're doing and their stance is the best for Bitcoin in the long run, but at the moment they're butting heads. So I've just got their GitHubs open there, Bitcoin core developers that have traditionally looked after them, developed the code, and now BTC1 that are behind the Segwit2x movement, I guess. So that's how this works. Again, it's not the first time we've seen this. So this price discovery mechanism has happened before and worked well for Bitcoin Cash and the main Bitcoin. If you do want to speculate in these markets, all you have to do is head over to Bitfinex. Make sure you're in the exchange in your order form here. Click on Token Manager. And again, this is only for advanced users. So if you want to speculate using these tokens as to the price, you can click on Segwit2x here, chain split tokens. You can split a Bitcoin over to BT1 and BT2, or if you're done trading, you can convert them back to Bitcoin. Now, this is different to being allocated both coins on both chains as you did with Bitcoin Cash, or some people are still waiting for their wallet provider or exchange to allocate them both. Now, that all happens eventually automatically, and this speculating and trading is different. So you don't need to split your coins into these tokens if you want to receive both coins in a wallet. If the network splits into two, Bitfinex or whether or not it's Coinbase or Jax or whatever your wallet provider is, they will announce dates and whether or not they're going to support both tokens if the chain splits, and when they'll allocate you both tokens if the chain splits. So at the moment, I'm trying to remain politically neutral, but the market is pricing in that, yeah, look, it looks fairly likely that the Bitcoin chain is going to split. Let's keep an eye on this. Let's keep an eye on the percentage of miners that are signaling their intent to do the Segwit2x hard fork. This is all interesting stuff. We have to take everything we read with a grain of salt depending on where it comes from and their interests, okay? So very hard to find politically neutral information. I hope I've done my best to present to you guys in that manner. Please hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, share these videos around, and as always, thanks for tuning in, guys. Cheers.